Mic check. Mic check.
Yeah. About half full.
So it's Smith.
Whatever, the very top of this one. Yep. The very top. All the way up. That's it.
Okay, good.
You ready for these? Yeah. We're already back live. I got the starting soon on right now.
Perfect. Cool. I just pushed something. I don't know what I did.
I think it's okay.
The green light's not on.
Oh, that's just recording.
Should be good. That's it.
Mic check. Mic check. You got me, Ben? Ben, you got me? You got me on this one too? Yep.
Good. All right. Thanks, brother. All right. We're ready to go as soon as they are. Live stream started, starting soon, stream, so it's semi-started already. It's live already, but we just have to tell them before we send them. Here, put that back on your mic again.
That one's on the wrong channel. That's why it didn't work. This one's on 10.0 and that's on 10.6. I don't know if that's a channel.
10.6, 10.0.
Yeah, the 10.0 is working on the radios, but the 10.6, I don't know what that means.
Let's just. Yeah, it should work. All right. We are about to begin top 16. We're going to line drivers up in just 1 second.
And then we didn't have a replay, so like. I don't think it would have. So Brian, your first pairing is going to be Paul Smith and Oleg Volkov. Already underway. And then we'll just let the quads know whenever you're ready, and we can go ahead and get on the thing.
Radio.
Get the quads ready. I'll have them pull up now.
All right, he's having the drivers pull up. Want to pull up now? You need a minute, or are you good? He's gonna have the drivers pull up.
Brian, you got this radio.
All right. So.
Copy that. Just make sure Oleg is leading.
Yep. So tell them they're gonna. As soon as they get the drones in the air, we'll let them know to send them. All right, so we got the drivers down there warming up their tires. Drones are about to get their drones in the air. So you see, first driver to the line is Oleg Volkov. And then Daniel. And then just keep communication with him, just with Rob, and just make sure whenever they're ready, and then you can let know Brian to send them.
Yeah, already ready to.
All right, cool. All right, so we got Paul Smith warming up the tires in that 350Z. Pulling up the line. Drones are ready. Judges are ready. Send them. So here we go, Oleg Volkov. Coming in, going to throw in initiation. A little bit shallow on that zone. Paul kind of running a wide line, messed himself up there, lost some proximity. Also kind of deterred his line off a little bit, missing that rear touch and go onto that second side. So let's see if we can turn it around and get into a better position on the lead run. Have Volkov in chase. So we're going to check out the replay on that one, see how each driver did. See that eye in the sky from Banger Productions. So we go, sees like Paul just overshot. Oh, I hear the judges talking about maybe he just flicked it too hard and panicked. Not sure.
Play on this one.
Yep. Obviously, tit for tat. Who had the worst mistake? I believe it might be a little bit obvious. So, oh, actually, I'm wrong. I didn't see that one. Let me see the replay here. So I hear the judges talking about maybe another driver's mistake. Let's see what happened here.
Nothing to correct to, but we said earlier that you're supposed to be able to adapt, but that's still a tough call.
So the judges are still deliberating. We're going to watch this again.
So he ran a shallow line that caused him to choke up.
So right there, sounds like we have another split decision on the call. Look like just a shallow.
Oh, Smith moves on.
What do you say, Marshall? Oleg kind of went shallow and ended up just choking himself up.
In the first turn, Oleg ran a shallow line where Paul was running a wide line, and that caused him to catch up to Paul too quickly. And when Paul angled up just a little bit before he made his transition, it gave Volkov really no room.
Yeah.
So Volkov just got too close because of his shallow line. So he had to really check up, and that caused him to over-rotate.
Heard that, man. Holy cow.
All right. Looks like we got Vaughn versus Canada up next. Vaughn's in the Nardi Gray 350Z. Russ Canada's in the blue and pink livery S14.
Yep. It's not getting, but driving just as good. So there we go. Nice into that rear. A lot of drivers are getting into that touch and go really good. So right there, got some downtime while the drivers turn around. We'll get into it some more later, each individually. Got some sponsor shout outs. ECU Master, Cruisin' Auto and Performance, Fortune Auto Coilovers, Bridge Moto, Turbo Time, your Subaru specialist, and Powder Coating by Seabear. So what we try to do is have it kind of a category, so that way as you grow with the sport, you know, you come in grassroots, and then you can grow and adapt and utilize the sponsors to build your car as you grow. You know, you want to drive your car, master it, make some improvements, and all these between safety gear, standalone ECUs, dyno time, parts, and powder coating get you set up for the next level of competition. So again, we want to give a shout out to them, and we'll get into them each individual. Canada in lead, Vaughn in chase. Getting into the clip a little bit there, but they're all going to fall down. The wind has been brutal on the cones today. Oh, overshooting, getting into the tire wall. Yep, I was just about to say that. It makes the judges' jobs easy once again.
It's a VQHR, I'm pretty sure. But it's muffled. It's missing power. It's well muffled.
There we go.
Canada gets the win.
Also, Canada advancing into the top 8. So there we got them asking.
I guarantee it's a VQHR.
Darren. Joe and Darren, they're talking about checking tires or something.
Wright and Herrera.
So up next, we're going to have Andy Wright versus Ivan Herrera. Ivan, young buck, coming from the sim world. Doing pretty good with that V8 powered G35. Then in the 370Z. Oh.
Yeah, we had that confusion earlier too. Wright versus what? Or no, it was the live stream guy. He's like, I thought we already had a White. No, that was Wright, not White.
Must send us through there.
Tell Darren get off the stuff. Grand copy sauce too much. Looked like a little bit of a weird entry for Wright on that one. Have to look at the replay, see what happened. But Herrera, one of the young guns, not giving him any slack. He's putting it on his door.
Dang, dude. Darren's gonna quit. Darren's gonna quit because I
We've
gave
been roasting him all weekend. Oh, really? Yeah.
Shut up on the radio. This car until he's knocked out of competition, and then you can go on radio. Didn't start running in the mouth.
All right, getting back into that replay. We saw that and I was laughing at some chit chat on the radio.
So you got Zach and Marshall here as your announcers.
What's up,
y'all?
Back at it again.
Yeah, can't get
Year
away.
number 6 here at Rockingham Speedway.
All right,
So there we got
Ivan
Ivan
leading this
getting in.
time.
Andy
Little dirt
slammed
job.
on the brakes, man. Never mind.
Few
I
little
thought that
mistakes
car.
here or there.
I thought that car was swapped. I guess not.
So one tire dirt drop's a deduction, right?
Yeah, one tire dirt drop is a deduction. Yes, sir.
I would make that a minor deduction because if you're supposed to fill the box and that's what he did, but then you have no room to keep it on track. So I would keep it minor of that particular deduction, personally.
But it was mainly the big angle and the launch of speed.
No problem. I was just talking about that one particular.
All right, so the judges are giving it to Andy Wright due to the mega angle, which created a lack of speed. So we call that in our world an angle stall. Right there into the touch and go. Seemed like just threw real snappy. So yeah, Andy Wright won that one. So here we go. We're going to have a father and son battle right here, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Gaskins versus Cameron Gaskins. You know this is going to be good because both of them drive extremely
With each
well.
other all the time.
Yeah, and they drive
too.
together all
This
the
is
time.
going to be a
so-
hard run right here.
So you see both drivers flicking it in big. Look at that. That's one of the best. Look at that transition timing, man. That was.
Cameron just got inside a little bit too much.
Yeah, he ran way much of an inside line, but.
Dad ain't giving him no slack either.
So there, we're going to see. I heard somebody say something. Derek did something, so we'll see on the replay lead card. Derek Gaskins, we'll see if he made any mistakes. Cameron was applying the pressure really well. That was one of the better tandems we've seen so far. Once we get into the top 8, you know, top 16 is going to have extremely good battles. Once you get in the top 8, that's going to be where it's going to be real nitpicky. So we're going to see these already in the top 16. Yeah, it looks like he cut line right there.
almost 2 tires, but I think it was barely just one off by Cameron.
Yep. So at Cameron cutting line a little bit. Drivers are going to reverse roles. Going to have the son. Going to have Dad chasing the son. He's got the belt in hand. But regardless, that was pretty good. Yeah, so, you know, Cameron had a better chase overall, except for the last turn whenever, you know, dropped the inside 2 tires and cut line real bad. But lead run was looking pretty fire too. We'll see what the judges call.
Deeper in that last rear zone.
Yep. Cameron did get a lot deeper into that last rear zone as well. So the judges are going to have their hands full with this one. I'm sure it's probably going to come down to, you know, what mistakes they made and or if they do it one more time.
One more time.
So they're going to go with a one
Too
more
close
time.
I think you got to protest, maybe.
What's up? You got $20? Yes, I do. All right. You protesting which one? Okay. We're saying 8 straight. Okay.
All right, we got another driver protest in-house. So we got that. Let's see if they're got enough time to figure it out right now. They're debating it over. So they're going to go through and explain their side of it. So you come in, pay $20. If you win and they overturn it, hey, you get your money back and you win. If the judges' rule stands, that $20 goes back into the pot for the winnings for the finals.
Spend it on the food truck.
I don't mind giving clarification. Once you see it in your car.
So while they finish up their debate on the protest there, they got 2 minutes to debate. Got them already back in line for their one more time battle, father versus son. Derek's going to lead again, and
All right.
Cameron's going to chase. Cameron, I think, is going to turn the tide up.
Here we go.
And get in
Round
that
2.
door.
Father versus son battle.
So right there, it already looks like Cameron's applying more pressure in chase.
Mustang on Mustang
You know,
battle.
obviously Derek is driving a lot better in the lead. Coming across that second front clip, nice and tight, hugging the inside is
boys are
exactly what you
throwing
want to do. So again, saw Cam Gaskins in chase, keeping it on the door. You know, consistent proximity, not leaving any room. You know, could have been a little bit closer, but then you get into some danger territory. So, but for what it was, extremely good. I think this is Cameron's second year in competition. Another sim driver.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So here we go. Derek Gaskins going to chase in the car salvage from the junkyard. Put it together in like about 2 weeks, crunch time on week 1, or 1 week to this event. Then ended up having some truck trouble yesterday, so got in late, and hey man, we'll see what we can do. Either way, one Gaskins is moving on. In a Mustang. And it's dark in color.
Drone's ready.
Yeah, they've been
He's in the
communicating.
air. Oh no, that's DJ.
All right, getting judges ready. Drones getting ready. Banger Productions in the house, providing the aerial footage. So this is our first event working together. Familiar with Rockingham, but first time doing the live with us. Stuff like this. So far, so good. We're having a good time. Everybody's hanging out, watching some cars, and here we go. Bumper off.
Which one's missing the bumper?
tearing the bumper off
Wow,
in the
these
tire
boys-
wall.
Don't play.
Ah, man, I want to see the replay on that one. Sacrificing the car for the cause. I feel you. Touch and go a little bit, but here's where it gets wide. It almost seemed like it messed up, and then bam. A rip off and then a punt by the Pops. You see that where Derek punted it?
Yeah.
Dude, this one is going to be a tough one.
Can you play the other run?
Oh, yep. Ryan, if you could have Derek pull up here, maybe on the front straight, so he's not dripping right. Well, he's off course at least. Yeah.
Derek got deeper that time. The second to last turn, Cameron's line was choked off because he ran real shallow.
So yeah, we got the judges still watching the replay, man. This one you got to nitpick and just kind of they're just watching over the replays to see what discrepancies they can find. So you hear them nitpicking from heck. You know, it's like looking at line, looking at angle, looking at speed. So right there, they have to make a call on this next one. So they're going to do a one more time. But after this one, has to be a call.
Tell him to send the other run, though.
Yeah, send the other run.
Maybe they need to make a cool down lap or something.
Well, Derek just did, yeah.
Well, we can do one more.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. Derek needs to cool it down. So, all right, we're going to move on to...
Man, these Gaskins are consuming a lot of this live stream time. Man, they're going to have a lot of footage to go back on.
So here we go. We're going to have Dustin Walker and Chris Pass. Dustin Walker leading Chris Pass in chase in the V8-powered FC RX-7. Looked like Chris got a little bit behind on there. You know, Dustin Walker is going to put down a consistent lead line. Looks to be pretty good. Looks like Chris is having a little bit of trouble in the chase. To the second battle. And just to confirm, judges said the same thing, that Dustin is going to have the advantage going in. So as we watch the replay, it will be repaved, so hopefully.
Yeah, we need to tighten up the box.
Oh, you want to tighten up the box? Like from the overhead. Chris getting 2 tires off. Bobbling the line. I think it might be safe to say we might know the decision. So right there, I'll wait for the judges to make the call, but I would make the educated guess that Dustin Walker gets the win.
Who had to go get tires?
Yes.
Garrett. Oh, okay. Yeah. Keep running other cars. That's fine. Let's see. Well, that's one more time.
Oh, yeah, it's a one more time. Oh, back on the live stream. What's up, everybody? I see us on the camera now. We were looking to see if there's anything on the track. You know, it was a little bit of coolant. That's why in our tech, you're not 100%. You're not going to fail tech if you don't have coolant or water wetter in your car if you're still rocking coolant, but we highly, highly suggest it. Not only is it slippery, but it's also corrosive to the asphalt. We want to help the track protect their investment as much as we can, at least the track surface. I know we do get in the dirt drops and stuff like that, but
Derek, it probably is water wetter.
yeah, knowing Derek, it probably is water wetter. So up next, we're going to have Gabe Broyles versus Mason Mugnolo. So I see Gabe Broyles going to be in the blue BMW.
So Gabe was the higher qualifier, so
Yep.
he's going to lead first in the blue BMW.
And then Mason got his war lights on, ready to try to take home the win on this one.
Let's see if they blink on the first turn like Darren's did. When
Oh.
Darren made his run, his lights blinked in the first
Oh
turn.
yeah. I think it's like with the steering, it'll cut the one out. Because some of them it'll cut the headlight out if you put the blinker on new cars. I don't know that much because I drive old. POS. So here we go. Watch. Brian got the wind up and the send. So Gabe Broyle is going to throw that thing into the rear touch and go number 1. Mason diving in. Looked like,
Yeah, he lunged there.
Yeah, he dove in hard and it seemed like
Lunged
overextended.
at the wrong time.
It was just one of those things where Mason tried, from what I saw, Mason tried to dive in a little too hard, slid a little too far, loaded that suspension up with that quick flick, and it just over-rotated the car, man. So, it is what it is. It also could be that, as mentioned earlier, he wadded it up at OG. Well, he drove up on the barrier, didn't it? Didn't it, Adam? I think he got up. No, it's all good. Oleg Volkov coming here, man. I'll be up there. They got a comp going next weekend. I'm going to go up there and judge. Yep, up in Anderson. So, I hope Adam judge out there. Stuff like that. I try to be everywhere, and just, this is my life I chose. So I try to be involved as much as I can while I can. I'm going to have to take some weekends off to do my own stuff here. But Mason going to lead, throwing it big time. Let's see here on the overhead.
Much
Nice
better
into
line
that
by
front-
Mason
yeah.
this time.
Nice into that front clip. A little bit shallow on that, but once again on that front clip, coming nice around and cleanly finishing off course. Obviously, we know with that spin, Mason going to have a disadvantage, so the win is most likely going to go to Gabe Broyles. Pulling out the win. Unfortunately, Mason just over-rotated there. But if I know Mason, he's going to go over to the fun course, have fun. And or grab something to eat. So this is going to be a pretty good battle. These two drivers tandem with each other more than anybody else. Even in other times, man, I'm like, hey, man, we're about to do comp. Drive with somebody else because you're gonna get messed up. Well, here's the tail of the tape. We'll see what happens. All that practice. Here we go. Max Seabear leading Curtis Mabry. Like Curtis was trying to apply the pressure early and fell back just a little bit, but here we go. Yeah, ended up running a little shallow. Oh, that almost looked like something. I know for a fact he is stabbing that left foot. Yeah, I know around that last corner, man, he had been left foot braking pretty hard. The car was just probably like, ooh. So we'll see if Max, just like Adam said, he's got the nitrous on the car. We'll watch the replay, see what Curtis is doing back there, hanging tight. Max always runs pretty good, consistent line, so want to pay more attention to Curtis in this one. So right there, threw it hard, and then right there, it was almost an over-rotate. Angle saved it, and then just right there, just couldn't stay wide enough, so probably just left foot braking the heck out of it.
Drop the tire?
So there we go, the big wind up by Brian, and Curtis Mabry going to take the initiation over the bridge. Oh, a big dirt drop again. Getting out into that rear zone, rear touch and go, and flicking around for that inner clip, number 2. Lot better of a line on that one. So we'll watch the replay on this one so the judges can deliberate. I'm sure they got a nitpick here and there a little bit. So there we go, Curtis with that big initiation, filling the box, getting into the dirt a little bit. Seems it's like it's going to be a lot of split decisions. You know, we'll see the slide bar. Who's got what? So the judges over here are going to make their call. Who'd you have on that?
Buddy's hugging it out.
Adam, who'd you have on that one? Seabear. All right, Max Seabear getting the win.
Yeah, Max Seabear with the win.
Doing their celebratory. Yep, shut it down before the course. Do not throw dirt.
All right, looks like Wade Smith is up. And then Taylor Walker? Yeah.
Yep, Wade Smith versus Taylor Walker. So there you go, both drivers always consistent, always making, I had to pause and watch that one. Both drivers always getting up there, making top 8. Wade Smith, second place for the year last year. Switching between the supercharged S14. Kind of found home in the V8 powered 350Z. Seems to be a little more reliable.
So this is the last battle going into the top 8, except for the Gaskins final rematch.
So we'll see what the judges deliberate after this run. So we're going to have Taylor Walker in lead and Wade Smith in chase. Taylor Walker coming in, throwing in that first touch and go. Going around really wide on that. Seemed like maybe it was something with the car. I saw her driving earlier and it was a lot better, but still a good run, good line. Just seemed like getting far off of that first inner clip, trying to get out wide. So making maybe a little mistake there. Not sure what exactly had happened. Watch the replay and see what we got going on.
And then the next run will have to be the rerun.
Are the Gaskins up there? You need to do them next. Are they still changing tires?
So Wade Smith got the win. Wade Smith.
Yep, so we got the fun run guys over there tearing it up. We're going to shut that course down here once we do get it through our top 8.
We're just going to roll into 8 and then come back to Gaskins.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, so Gaskins rerun is going to come back into, well, they're going to have to, we can do the first one.
Yes, I told him we can do all 3 of these.
Yeah.
Before we need that one.
Yep, so you can do that. All right, so we're going to do the third one more time battle.
And the final one more time. They have to make
And
a
the
decision
final.
this time.
For the Gaskins. So
They're going to have to nitpick every little detail if they must.
Yeah, we'll see who's going to pick up the tab for dinner tonight. That's what it's going to be. So this one, with it being the third one more time, there has to be a decision. So we're going to have to take into consideration the last 2 battles. It's kind of going to be a wash at this point. So both drivers are going to have to be super consistent. Hopefully somebody messes up, but not really. But make it easy for the judges over here. But we'll have them do their final run, make the call, and then that way we can get into our top 8 battles. So again, getting into, talk about one of our sponsors, ECU Masters. So ECU Masters, whatever build you're doing, ECU Master, standalone ECU, got tuning capabilities all over. I enjoyed it. I liked it because they have a patch harness for the ECU Masters into the factory harness for a KA-24. So got my KA-24 DET, got the patch harness, goes right in there.
Plug
Love
and
it.
play.
No wiring. So here we go. Daddy Gaskins coming in to lead. Cameron Gaskins dropping what may have been 2 tires, but definitely 1. Cutting line a little bit right there. So cutting line a little bit right there again.
Cameron
So
dipping that tire again.
Daddy Gaskins running on the outside. Baby Gaskins on the inside. Daddy just trying to put his wing around you, protect you. So it seemed like, Derek did a pretty good on his lead run there. Cameron, had room for, a little better chase run. It was a little bit sloppy, but so we got Drone's going to have to change batteries possibly. Let's see what we got on. Dang. You hear the boosted V8 over there getting rowdy, dude. Getting rowdy.
Should have used it in comp.
Yeah, use it in comp instead of Z. Oh yeah, especially with the throttle issue. Yeah, so Levi having the throttle issue with the 350Z, and that's what put him out of the competition. Now over there in the grown man car. So yeah, the grown man car over there, and it's probably is thinking, yeah, I probably should have used that for comp.
Appreciate our
but
judges, Adam from
Yep.
Off Grid Motorsports Park.
got some different organizations here. Get them back.
Of course, Daniel Seep, our lead judge for the season,
And then
and Jason Greathouse
over there
coming in
from Foothills
Foothills
Drift.
Drift, yeah.
So it's kind of cool to have 2 different organizations in here to help us out with judging today.
Got some diverse judges this time.
Yep. So you see how the drift world goes. We just kind of flip-flop back and forth, help each other out, and doing what we love. So just got word the drones are ready. So going to have Brian with the big wind-up and the send. Cameron Gaskins going to be in lead. Derek Gaskins in chase. Oh! Well, hey,
Finally made the decision.
it's easy now. So Gaskins wins.
Hey, Gaskins wins.
The dark-colored Mustang.
Doing Jared DeEnda things.
Yep.
Comments.
There we
All
go.
right, we finally got a decision.
Right there. Derek Gaskins getting the win.
Mama Gaskins was a little worried there for a second.
Yeah. That's a pucker moment whenever you see two people you love out there about to make contact.
That's a proud dad right there.
Yep. Proud dad, proud son, man. Right there. Crossing over the bridge, exiting the line.
All right, so we have finally have
Letting
a
that
decision
Coyote
there.
swapped New Edge scream. All right, so we're going to have Paul Smith and Russell Canada up to the line next.
So yeah, this should be Paul Smith versus Russell Canada. If it's going to be a minute, maybe we can run Wright and Gaskins. Well, Gaskins just finished.
And we've had 3 one more time since then.
Looks like somebody's coming. Hopefully it's him.
So we see there Paul Smith coming up to the line. He was back there changing tires. So here he is making his way to the line. Going to have Russell Canada in lead and Paul Smith in chase. Just to reiterate, Paul Smith got second place on this layout before. Last year was judging with us and the year previous. taking the role of the lead judge while Daniel was out on track competing. So it's kind of funny because now they swap. So Daniel put a V8 in his car, so he's coming back to judge until he can get comfortable driving the V8 swap, and then help or keep on driving. So here we go. Russell Canada, nice e-brake drag into initiation over the Rockingham Bridge into that rear zone. Hitting that rear touch and go and into inner clip number 2. Taking more of a wide line, allowing Paul to get up on that inside. Wide lines do matter. I love wide lines. I'm going to have a lot of tan lines this weekend.
And the raccoon eyes with the sunglasses, of
Raccoon,
course.
yeah, eyes, yep. I suffer hard from the hat tan line, the forehead. I gotta edge up with the tan.
Look like a pro golfer.
Yeah, pro golfer. Show me the money of the pro golfer. Let me get that. So we got the judges watching the replay again, as you are at home. Oh, it caught me yawning. Dang. As soon as I yawned, dude. Oh. So here we go. Paul Smith in lead and Russell Canada in chase. Doing too good. That was a horrible entry. So, yeah, that was a big deduction on the chase car. Paul Smith doing his thing. And another straighten through the clip. Not sure what happened there. That was kind of rough. So, yeah, I guess we're yawning too because we just came off a Grid Life last weekend. A lot of y'all was out there. We got to talk to everybody and just hang out. It's kind of good. That's one of the perks of being staff. We get to go out and enjoy things like that. Not sure who else is going. I'm going to be going to Grid Life, or just went to Grid Life Hyperfest coming up too. So if any of y'all are going to Hyperfest, I'll see y'all up there. I think Marshall's going to go. He's got to be up there to see some family, so he might cruise by for a day too, you know.